All right, my name is Chris Sacinelli, and I get to build, buy, and sell simple profit businesses every single day. And today, the goal of the video is to remind us that simple works, but simple is definitely not easy, right? We do know that simple works, though. However, oftentimes a lot of folks will confuse simple with being easy. Simple is not easy. And as bootstrappers or investopreneurs, our job is to be able to just show up, commit to the process, put in the hard work, grit and grind, and persevere, right? That's why, it's so important to be able to have your why. That's why you want to know what, ultimately you're aligned into, what you're passionate about, why you get out of bed in the morning and will commit to doing these things, which sometimes can feel crazy, sometimes can feel like insurmountable in terms of an obstacle. But the goal of today's video is to tell you, like, 100% all of this stuff is possible. You just got to simplify. You got to be able to organize. Have to be able to stay consistent and commit to the process, right? Trust the process, commit to the journey, right? And then put yourself in a position where you are naturally filling your own tank, right? So ideally, you're aligned into a natural tank filler for you. You've done the hard work in terms of itemizing, like, what it is that you're good at, but also what you're passionate about, and you've been able to align the two so that the work that you're doing is work that you enjoy doing each and every day. Because as bootstrappers, as entrepreneurs, as individuals on this journey of building, buying, and selling, like, again, simple works, but simple is not easy, right? Now, that being said, it's also a reminder that a big part of just showing up is putting in the reps, right? Luck is a real thing. Folks get lucky. Everybody you see on the news or on CNBC or read about, for the most part, just got lucky. I got lucky, in my early 20s when I had a couple exits and things of that nature. I've been lucky a number of times, but luck can also be manufactured, right? So luck is something that comes out of the number of swings at bat. You got to be at bat to get swings in. You got to take the swings to be able to make some contact with the ball, right? Luck can be manufactured. You just got to show up. Just show up every single day, right? So that's a reminder of, like, put in the reps, right? If you want to do this, if you want to commit to this journey, if you want to be on this process of building, buying, and selling, if you want to be in this journey of entrepreneurship, of wealth creation, right? If you're committed to it and you have a picture and you have a vision of yourself, right? You future cast 5, 10, 15 years into the future, maybe even 50 years into the future, and you're thinking like multi-generational, right? You absolutely can do it, right? There's many folks before us that have, right? This is not something new. This has been done before many times. It's 100% possible. Pretty much anything that you put your mind to these days, absolutely anything, right? If you've seen somebody else do it, you can do it, right? All of this stuff. This isn't like some abstract rocket science, like get to Mars type of complex, crazy thing. A lot of this is just like, just show up, put one foot in front of the next, right? Keep on your journey, keep on trucking, and eventually you'll get there, right? It's a lot easier to know the structures and strategies and stay accountable, right? Because, like, all the accountability in the world without the structures and strategies doesn't really get you what you want. Sometimes that could be frustrating. And all the structures and strategies in the world without accountabilities, right? Nothing's getting done. So you really do need the structure, strategies, and accountabilities to be able to get to the simple, profitable outcomes. But you gotta, just show up and commit to it and do it, right? So it's all about putting in the reps. This video is just to remind you, like, you gotta put in the reps, right? You gotta earn it, right? It should be deserved, right? Something that's deserved is earned, right? So when it comes time to doing deals and you're looking out to potentially get into new deals, whether it's acquisitions or investments, or perhaps like some sort of growth equity type of deal where you're providing services in exchange for equity, whatever the case may be, depending on where you are in your journey building up your portfolio, right? You're going to have to kiss a lot of frogs, and you're going to find a lot of deals. You're going to talk to a lot of people. You're going to feel like you're wasting a lot of your time, right? But the reality is you're not. I'm here to tell you that you're not wasting time as long as you're intentional with the time that you're investing, right? If you're learning from the experience, if you're learning to better understand what the talk track needs to be, or how to better read people on the other side of the table, or how to better position things, or qualify things, or diligence things, or where the market's at, or where the market's positioning, right? Any of these things are experiential, and that's experiential knowledge, and that's valuable, right? Because it's helping you move forward. You just got to know, like, you're going to kiss a lot of frogs, right? Like, if you're expecting to get to your prince or your princess right away, like, that's irrational, right? You got to know, like, you're going to kiss a lot of frogs, and you got to just show up, right? On top of that, you got to really make sure that you're going to have impactful conversations. With every conversation that you have, right? Time is your greatest, right? Time is your absolute greatest resource, right? Capital is not the most expensive resource that you have to invest. Time is. So you want to make sure that you're investing your time in the most impactful ways. And a lot of the ways in which you can invest your time impactfully is to have really impactful conversations, right? To focus on your pipeline, to be able to focus on your deal conversations, your partnership conversations from the ecosystem, and make sure that they're very intentional conversations and you're driving towards an outcome that you're experientially learning from it, right? If you can get to a point where just going through the experience, going through the process, that onto itself becomes rewarding, right? That onto itself is a tank filler. You're going to be in a really, really good place. And the likelihood of you being able to commit to the journey is going to be really, really, really high. And the likelihood of you getting to your simple profitable outcomes is probably going to be even higher, right? That being said, you got to learn from the journey, right? So you're going to kiss a lot of frogs. You're going to have a lot of conversations. You got to learn from these things, right? Naturally and innately, you're going to make mistakes, right? Mistakes are just a part of the process, the part of the journey, and it's perfectly okay, right? Anything worth doing in life takes at least 5 times. If it's your first time, it's going to probably take you 10, and that's perfectly okay, right? This whole process, it's all a process, and that's perfectly okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes, right? As long as you're learning from the process, as long as you're learning from the journey, and as long as you're experientially growing, and it's filling your tank and not, beating you up, right? Putting you down, but it's lifting you up, right? If you're moving yourself forward, then it's a positive thing, right? So always keep it positive. And that being said, it's like, if you're doing that, you got to trust the process, commit to the journey, right? And I think realistically, if there was a moral to this video, if this video was really to just deliver a singular message, which the message is definitely, you got to put in your reps, right? So this is not an easy thing, and you got to earn it, right? Like most things in life worth doing, they got to be earned, right? And that's just show up every single day and put in the hard work, right? But reality is you got to know why you're doing it, and you got to trust the process and commit to the journey, right? Because if you give up, you'll never get to where you want to be, right? So just don't give up, right? Make good, timely decisions, position yourself in the best possible outcomes, right? Learn from the process, right? Experientially grow, continually move yourself forward, right? But just trust the process. And most importantly, commit to the journey, right? I don't want to see you giving up. I want to see you getting to the end destination. I want to see you following all the way through, right? If you're watching this on YouTube, you enjoy this content, it's a little bit different for us for this channel, let us know in the comments. Definitely like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We're trying to build up the channel. If you're in the boot camp and you're watching this, right, this video is really for you. This video is to kind of just tell you, like, commit to the process, right? You want to commit to the journey. You want to finish this all the way through, right? Get yourself that level of conviction and see it all the way through. You absolutely can. You can get this done. You could do this.